Hey everyone, we are live here on the Technicolor Mike B Show. Yes, we are live here today on YouTube, and this is the Technicolor Mike B Show. You're gonna like this video. You're gonna subscribe to this channel. We're gonna do it right now. Yeah, we're gonna do it right now. So yeah, we are just doing an episode inspired by the wrestler Jeff Hardy. So this was the design sketch for today's design. I wanted it to be lighter in the middle of the purple and the green area. Not necessarily as light as that was drawn, but yeah, that was just to remind me to keep it lighter in the middle. So that was the design inspiration. One thing I noticed looking at a lot of the Jeff Hardy designs is he changes up his face every time. At least that's what it seemed like. There were tons of different styles, tons of different colors. They all had some similarities. He definitely has a distinctive style for his faces. They're very bold, thick-lined colors. I don't know that I completely captured the essence of one of his faces exactly the way he did it. Would have done it. I watched a few of the videos I was able to find of him doing the makeup. I guess I didn't pay attention to when they were time-wise in his career, how recently or how old they were. Some of them looked like he had a sort of a paint marker that was a big, bold, thick, just sort of drawing it on. Some of them earlier, maybe, I don't know, were done with more of a brush. So I don't know how his style evolved, the timeline of when he started to towards the end, more recently. But I was reading that that he was asked why he does it, and that this was his creative outlet. He's on the road, he's in a hotel, he's away from home, he doesn't have access to paints and canvas, so the next best canvas available to him is his face. Yeah, I guess if that is really his inspiration and how he does his designs, or why he does his designs, I guess we're somewhat similar. That if you notice, I do a different design every day. Although I was tempted to try to do like a week where I do the same design day after day after day, just to see how it evolves, how it gets better, worse, changes over the course of a week of doing the same design. Because every time like I change up the design, yeah, I know the techniques for doing face paint designs, but I'm spanning the spectrum of so many styles, so many techniques. I haven't necessarily developed the Technicolor Mike B technique or the Technicolor Mike B style that you could just look at a face and say, hey, that looks like something that Technicolor Mike B would do. If I go to Facebook, in some of the face painting groups, there are definitely people who share pictures on a regular basis that have a distinctive style, whether it is their color choices, the blending of colors, the line thickness. There's a few people that are just like famous for doing skull type designs and other monster designs. But yeah, I don't really have a distinctive style of my own. But yeah, looking at the Jeff Hardy designs today, and when I came up with this, and then they were definitely they were different, but they all had traits of similarities of just big, bold colors, sort of simple. I wouldn't call this necessarily tribal, but primitive maybe in the design. But there's a nice aesthetic to the layout and how he chooses in the symmetry and asymmetry of the designs. So yeah, So yeah, this was inspired by a Jeff Hardy photo I had seen, and I guess I also saw a painter's watercolor or artwork version of a Jeff Hardy face, sort of combined the two into one. So that's where today's design came from. Let's look at the drawing again. This curl didn't quite loop around the way it did in the drawing. I guess I started this too low. There wasn't enough room. I added the two green bars at the top. But yeah, that was just the design inspiration. The initial colors, in my opinion, were a little muted. I did add some neon pressed powder eyeshadow to just pop the color, and I think it really did kick it up a notch. It really darkened it. It made it a lot bolder, a lot greener, a lot purpler. So yeah, I like the effect of having added the pressed powder eyeshadow at the end. I think the effect looked good. So yeah, there we have today's face paint design and just my critique of the design inspiration and the fact that he has so many different faces. I don't know what trends he followed, how frequently he changed or designed, if it was similar based on who he's fighting or what color team I don't know. I don't watch enough wrestling to sort of know the character behind it, the guy behind it, but yeah, I just found inspiration in his designs. I guess there's a handful of other wrestlers that do the face painting design. I know I did one earlier this year that was one of the gold designs. I should tell you who it was, but I can't think of his name off the top of my head. So yeah. But we're going to do jokes about wrestling, and today's jokes come from punstoppable.com and upjump.com, and we're going to make a mean and nasty looking wrestler who's ready to win the title championship. So let's get started. Let me scoot things out of the way down here so I can pull over the handy dandy balloon inflation device. Yes, the all-important balloon inflation device. I already picked out some balloons in the purple, green, and flesh tone colors. So what is a skeleton's favorite wrestling event? Yes, what wrestling event would a skeleton enjoy? Well, I think the skeleton would enjoy the rib cage match. Yes, the rib cage match. Just do some cage fighting in a rib cage, yes. And that will attract all your skeleton viewers. So why did the dog lose the arm wrestling tournament? Yes, that poor dog, he lost the tournament for arm wrestling. It seems that because he had 4 feet, he had to forfeit the tournament. Yes, if you have 4 feet, you don't have any arms, and you can't arm wrestle. So poor dog, he wanted to win, but he couldn't compete. How do the Mexican wrestlers enter the arena? Yeah, if you are doing wrestling in Mexico, how would you enter the arena? Well, I think you would use the luchador. Yes, just use the luchador and you'll be right in the arena. Yeah, so we're going to try and make this a muscled body. He's not wearing a shirt. He's got his shirt torn off. Remember, like Hulk Hogan used to just like tear his shirt off. Yeah, I'm that old. Boop. gave him hands on one side but not the other. Oops. I lost track of my bubbles. We go there. There. Go there. Twist this. So why did the wrestler say he was the second best fighter in the world? Yes, the wrestler was excited because he was claiming he was the second best fighter in the world. Well, he was saying that because he always came in second. Yeah, I don't know if that really makes you the second best. When you come in second in every match, you've never won. But hey, we won't spoil it for him and tell him that's not how you become the second best in the world. Why can't the wrestler tell boxing jokes? No, the wrestler can't tell any boxing jokes. That's because he always forgets the punch line. Yeah, you don't need the punch line in wrestling, so he doesn't remember what it was. What is a wrestler's least favorite snack? Yeah, unless you're really a good wrestler, maybe it's your favorite snack. But I'm pretty sure they don't like the pretzel. It reminds them of when they were tied up like a pretzel in that match. Yeah, so don't feed your wrestlers pretzels. They might not appreciate that very much. A little small. So what do you need to beat The Rock in a match? Yeah, if you were crazy enough to go into a match against The Rock, what do you need? Well, you know what beats Rock all the time? That would be paper. Yes, so just when you see Rock, call paper, and you'll win. Do this. The layer out. Oops, too much. Alright, we'll just replace that. What happened when two silkworms got into a wrestling match? Yeah, the two silkworms were doing some wrestling moves. They were trying to imitate all the shows they see on TV. They weren't necessarily very good at it. But they did end up with a tie. Yes, those two silkworms ended up with a tie. So I guess all is well. You had a nice tie to wear when it was done. So we got this. Press that in. Snap that off. Get his arms figured out. Give him a nice gold belt. What do you call a fist fight at noon? Yeah, if you have a fist fight at noon, well, that would be your lunch box. Yes, some lunchtime boxing. So it's just your lunch box. What do you call a fight at the post office? Yeah, the post office has been in the news lately, and if you got into a fight there, that would be your P.O. box. Yes, your P.O. box is a fight at the post office. How do snails fight? Well, they just slug it out. What happens if a pig loses a tug of war? Yeah, if the pig is losing a tug of war, well, that's where you get to see some pulled pork. Yep, you just see that pig getting dragged all over the place is some pulled pork. So here is our nice strong wrestler. I guess his arms were not even, or sides were not quite even. We'll see if we can adjust that later, but he needs his head. Let's see. Grab some of this. Give him a nice green face so he looks intimidating. Why did the middle finger get mad at the thumb? Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. I think the thumb was doing some wrestling and that middle finger just snapped. There we got his painted face. Now we can do the rest of his head. Don't need that piece. Oh, and we're out of jokes. I gotta speed up. Now we can put some markings on his face and give him some black hair. Then we can attach his head to the body. Oops, goes the bubble. So there is his head and his hair. Attach heads here. Don't need that. Put his head on straight. And here is our mean wrestler. We gotta give him some cool lines so he can intimidate the competition. So there is our wrestler ready to win the championship. He's going to intimidate all of his competition. So here we go. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week. We've got this holiday weekend, Labor Day weekend coming up on, I guess, well, the weekend's coming up and the Labor Day is Monday. It's the time of year for all the kids to go back to school. If they haven't already, they'll be starting up soon. Yeah, this year they'll probably be going online, or more kids will probably be online than in the classroom, but hey, that's better than not getting any education at all. So we shall end today's episode of the Technicolor Mike B Show with so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Thanks for taking the time to watch today's episode. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.